Hey guys, Bart from TSTindustries here. Welcome to TST Garage. In today's episode, we'll be introducing you to our new project bike, the 2018 Kawasaki Ninja 400. We're really excited about this bike. We already started pumping out some parts for it. In this video, we'll be showing you the installation of our standard Fender Eliminator. There's a very simple, cost-effective way of replacing this big mud guard with a really simple part that will mount your license plate and enable you to mount other parts on it, like signaling components or license plate light, that kind of stuff. Now, most guys, when they first get a bike, the first thing they want to do, they want to ditch this thing. So we usually offer a couple of different tiers of product. Our standard Fender Eliminator is the bottom tier. It's very cost effective, it's simple, it won't bust your wallet, it'll do what it's meant to. Then we have an Elite One variant of this standard Fender Eliminator. Couple it with a closeout plate and just makes the area left behind by the removal of the fender a bit more cosmetic, and just looks really nice, it looks finished, and it closes out all the holes. Now, our top tier product is our adjustable Elite One Fender Eliminator. It couples with this closeout plate and enables you adjustability of the angle of the license plate. So, a couple things to consider here. For this particular video, we're only going to be showing you the removal of the fender and replacing it with our Fender Eliminator bracket. We will be shooting subsequent videos where we show you a couple different options for signaling components. Later on in the year, we'll be releasing an integrated taillight for this bike. Stay tuned for that. As a matter of fact, on this particular bike, most Kawasaki's really, you could actually reconfigure the OEM signals onto our bracket via the use of our pod signal mounting kit. We'll shoot that in a separate video, so keep watch for that. Hit subscribe if you want to be notified when we release these videos. When you remove your OEM fender setup, you'll be ditching your OEM license plate light. You'll likely need to do something about the illumination of your license plate. We do sell a separate kit. It's called the Stealth License Plate Light. It almost disappears behind your license plate. It's got a very slim form factor, but it packs a big punch light-wise. It illuminates your license plate, it looks very nice, and it doesn't cost a lot. So I encourage you to check that out on our website. If you're gonna go with some aftermarket LED signals for the back, you'll also need to address your flash rate. Anytime you change your signals from OEM incandescent bulbs to LED type, your system will start flashing very fast. And for that reason, you'll need to remove this OEM signal relay and replace it with something like our Gen 2F flasher relay. We'll shoot separate videos for all these components. For now, let's just focus on this. All right, so let's hop on over to the bike and start disassembling it. In step one, we'll be removing the license plate and retaining the hardware for reinstallation on our new setup. Next, we will remove the passenger seat. Next, we will remove the driver's seat by pulling back on the release cable, dislodging it, put it to the side. And now, this is optional. I do like to remove this tray because it gives us more access here to the wiring, so we'll need to remove these pins. Now, we'll remove these guys here that the tray rotates on using a magnetic retractor. It's a nice little trick. Makes it very easy. Now that the tray's out, you can access the wiring here. So notice there's one wire going to your main tail light. We'll not be working with that. We'll be working with these three. The gray one is left signal, black is right, and then this 2-conductor plug is your license plate light. These are fairly simple. Press down on the locking mechanism, withdraw it. On these you have to press down on this lock here, and that disconnects it. Now our fender wiring is free to come out. We could pull back on it from the bottom, get all these wires out, and now this makes our fender ready to come out once we remove the fasteners. To do that, we'll use a 5mm Allen. There are 4 fasteners here. We'll crack them loose. Once they are loose, I'm going to remove 3 and then support my fender assembly with my other hand and remove the last one. So just like that, we've removed the fender. It's actually really easy on this bike. We're going to retain 2 of the screws that came out of these 4 locations because they're going to go back in the forwardmost holes and get capped off from the inside of the trunk compartment with nuts that are provided in our kit. So let's grab 2 of those screws that we retained from the removal of the fender. Let's grab 2 of those larger size nuts that we got from our new Fender Eliminator kit. Pretty easy to identify. They're the only ones that fit on this thread. I'm going to put these in these 2 locations. The nut goes up top. These are basically just to close out the holes and make the whole area a little bit more cosmetically pleasing. I'm going to use a 5mm Allen from the bottom and a 13mm socket on top. Once that's tight, we can move on to the installation of the bracket up here on the rearmost hose. It's very simple. All the hardware is provided. We'll grab one of the screws from our kit along with one of the smaller washers. Drop the washer on the screw. Get this assembly fitted through the bracket from the bottom up. Get it up into the trunk compartment. Use one of the larger washers on top of that bolted connection, along with one of the nylock locking nuts that came with the kit. Repeat the procedure on the other side. For this fastener pair, I'm going to be using a 10mm socket from the top and a 4mm Allen on the bottom. What I'd like to do here is get the screws seated, but still leave some adjustability so we could center the bracket. Once I center it, tighten these down all the way. And now they're set in place and we are ready to proceed to the next step. So this is a fairly simple procedure at this point. If you're not mounting any other equipment, you'll put your license plate on and proceed to the other steps of reassembly in the reverse order of disassembly. If you're mounting your signals, your license plate light, this is a good time to mount it before you get your license plate on the bike. I would encourage you guys to do that at this point if you are going through those steps. For this installation video, performing just these steps, so I will continue on. All right, let's jump up top and finish up the reassembly. All right guys, as you can see, this was a very quick and painless installation. Took just a couple of minutes and provided us with really nice results. We ditched all that bulk back here, but at the same time, we also ditched the license plate light and the signal. So a lot of you guys will ask, what now? I encourage you guys to check out TSTindustries.com, where you'll find the stealth license plate light that will get you set up with illuminating your license plate, and also give you a few different options for signaling components that will complement this bike really nicely. Later on in the year, look for an integrated taillight from us. We are working on it. We have some prototypes kicking around. We're going to be working really hard to launch that as soon as we can, but there is no release date yet. Check out TSTindustries.com where you'll find more products for this bike. We're building a big catalog already, so see you guys there. Later.